Alright, so here's my pull-up advice. I don't know how close you are to being able to do pull-ups, so I'm going to show you a couple of different things. So if you're to the point where you can almost do a pull-up, working a good kipping pull-up might be a good place to start. So with a kipping pull-up, what you want to do is get your chest real big at the bottom and use some of that swing to propel yourself up over the bar. That's called the gymnastics kip. This one's a little bit more mechanically complicated, but it's really fast and really efficient, but it's kind of hard on your elbow pits, and that's the butterfly kip. So it just looks like that. So if you're almost to the point where you can do pull-ups, those are good places to start. If you're not, like all the guys that I train, like this is where I start with them, is with the with rubber bands. And the reason why I like rubber bands better than the machines that assist people are because rubber bands at the bottom, they're stronger, so they give you the lift where you need it. Then the closer you get to the top, the more they back off, so that as you get stronger, the band provides less tension, and the machines you see at the gym are not terribly good at that. So that's where, if you need something to assist you, I would use this. The problem with rubber bands, though, is that they're a great training tool, but they're a little bit on the dangerous side, and I'll show you why here in a second. So you get your rubber band down, you get your foot in it. The issue is a lot of people have their foot come flying out in front of them, which all by itself isn't a problem, but if you accidentally let go with one of your hands, you're going to be flying off at some weird angle, and that's not good. So what I tell them is to cross their foot over the band, and then just pull yourself up over the bar. And you can use two bands if you want. You can buy these in different strengths. RogueFitness.com is where this one came from, but whatever. I'm not real fussy about my rubber bands as long as it's going to provide some lift, and they're a great tool anyway. The reason why I have them is I do a bunch of stretches with them because they provide good tension. So if I actually want to build flexibility, I use a contract relax method. To use the proper terminology, it is PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation. So muscles are a lot, I'm not going to talk about stretching. Anyway, that's why I have them. They're a good stretching tool. They're like 20 bucks. I'd highly recommend getting a rubber band if you want to work on your pull-ups. And I would try and focus on doing maybe 4 of them with the rubber band as fast as you can and relaxing, rather than doing like 10 or 20 or 30, with more help. And the reason why is because speed and power are more tightly linked than endurance. So if you practice on doing 20 or 30, you will eventually get to the point where you can do one strict pull-up unassisted. But if your goal is to get there with speed, that is a shorter amount, fewer days, I would recommend using a rubber band, maybe in sets of 4, and hitting it as hard as you can. As far as grip goes, there's 2 kinds of grips. Fingers over, like this, and if you're doing real dynamic stuff, I like to have my thumb under the bar, and then I thumb over the bar if I'm trying to do like weighted pull-ups where it's just a ton of weight. I like having my thumbs curled over. You can rotate your palms back in towards you. As I'm sure you know, that makes it more of a bicep workout. So that's something that you might want to work on. There's no way that you're going to pull your chin over the bar that's not going to help you get better at pull-ups. And I haven't really seen any research to back it up. But my supposition is the more you mix it up, the better off you'll be. So I would also not be shy to use a mixed grip and to do a couple of mountain climbers. Like try and hit it from as many different angles as you can. while you work toward that ability. Anyway, I think it's a really useful skill. If you've got a brick wall by your house, climbing up over a wall would be useful. Going to climbing gyms is a really fun way to train that skill. And because climbing is a real leggy sport, especially on artificial walls, so that's something that might help you out too. Alright, that's all my advice for you as far as pull-ups go. Get a rubber band, try some of the different kips, use a couple of different grips, and hopefully in the very near future you'll be posting videos about you crushing like 70 pull-ups with 70 pounds around your waist or something. Anyway, good luck, have fun, be safe.